Hey friends, welcome back. Okay, so today we're going to be watching episode 211 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's interesting because I never know what to say in these intros because I actually never have any idea of how the episodes, like where they're going to lead, which I guess is the good thing like of Buffy, you know, because otherwise if it's predictable, where's the fun? It's going to be interesting to see how the dynamics shifted and how everything is going to be different after these last two episodes, which were like really intense episodes, man, because you know we not only found out about the second Slayer, which I'm still like, what, you know, but we also saw Buffy and Angel's relationship take on like a whole other level. So you know, I think this episode is going to be really interesting as we get to see sort of the new normal. Yeah, I'm really curious. We should dive right in, and I hope you guys like watching it with me. Oh, fuck. Okay. Okay.
Guys, wait here a second.
Mom! Ma'am? Okay, Joyce, get it. I don't know
Sorry,
what that is, but...
I heard.
I broke a wine
That's
glass.
so awkward, though.
You're home early. This is Ted.
Oh, Ted, you're not gonna be a good guy. No, Joyce, come on. Listen, Joyce, you're divorced. I'm all for you, you know, just go for it, get it. But Ted, bad guy. Like, there's no universe in which Ted is not the bad guy of the episode. Oh, fuck, Ted, what are you gonna do? Is Joyce gonna be in danger? Because I feel like when I was recording the last episode, I think it talks about how we have never seen Joyce be very much in danger, except for, like, School Hard. But, oh my god, is Joyce gonna be in, like, big danger? Oh, boy. Okay, at least we know this is maybe going to be, like, a Joyce-centric episode, or at least she's going to really be a part of it. So I'm intrigued, because I was very much opposed to Joyce in like, season 1, but I'm starting to warm up to her a little.
He's a wonderful man.
I'm sure he is. A demon. He looks like such a bland, like, boring person, but it kind of adds up to what I feel like
I
Joyce
shouldn't give him to you
would
for
go
the same
for.
price. Any friend of Buffy. We really want you to be okay.
Ted, I'm trying so hard to like you because you sound
okay.
good, but I know you're gonna turn on me.
I am.
Everything all right?
Yeah, fine.
Vent to Giles, Buffy. This is gonna be
I killed a
sweet
vampire
friendship.
here on Wednesday.
Buffy really needs a therapist, and I don't mean for this to come off as rude. I just feel like she could really... There's so much that goes on in her mind. The thing is that it would be very hard to find a therapist in which she could actually confide about everything. But you know, there's always so much going on in her life that I think she could actually benefit from talking to someone that's not just her friends, you know, someone who's like a bit older, who has a little bit more of like maturity, I guess. And that's not to say that Xander and Willow are mature, but at the same time, you know, when it comes to this whole situation of her mother like dating other people and how like weird that must feel for her, I feel like she could use the wise words of wisdom of a therapist, or even Giles. I was hoping that, and I guess I'm still holding out hope that they're gonna have sort of like a deep convo before the end of the episode, because I just think that could be really interesting, because I definitely think she has a lot to unpack, and I think that she needs someone else to like help her through it so that she can kind of like vent and kind of understand her feelings better and why she's reacting this way. Which, I mean, it's like a normal teenager reaction to what's happening. I'm not saying that she's like overreacting or anything, but I think that there's always like deeper reasons why. So I think it would be interesting to just explore that, whether it's with Giles or a therapist or just anyone.
I'm pretty good at sensing what's going on around me, and there's definitely something wrong with this Ted.
Ted.
I trust
Ted, what do
Buffy
you think I was
with my
talking
life. If she
Hi,
tells
Ted.
me something's
Ted was
off,
here.
something's
Hello,
off.
kids. Well, your mother and I were thinking
Sir.
maybe this Saturday we could drag the three of you out to the course. Spend some time swinging the iron with the stuffy old people.
Well,
I love that he invited
I'm making
Xander
a
and
picnic
Willow
basket
too.
with
Miss Calendar, you're back!
Hello, Jenny.
Rupert.
Oh,
Some of
they're
your
so distant.
textbooks were delivered to the library. You need time.
Or possibly space. Rupert, I know you're concerned. But having you constantly poking around, making little puppy dog eyes at me, wondering if I'm okay... You make me feel bad that I don't feel better. I don't want that responsibility.
Miss Jenny! I just wanted to say that I think this is very sad, but again, I think it's so freaking important that they don't forget what their characters went through. I said this before, they did that so well in 201, talking about PTSD and everything like that, and I think it's so interesting that they still keep doing it, because I honestly thought that the next time we would see Miss Calendar, her and Giles would already be okay. And I guess maybe this is just what I wanted, but honestly, and I hate that I'm saying this, I actually think this is better. This is more meaningful. This shows a depth of the characters that many shows would forget, you know? So I think it's very interesting that you see her still struggling, you know, with her sleep and with just needing space, and it's completely understandable. Like, I cannot blame Jenny for that. I would also need some space. Like, of course, she almost like died. She was possessed by a demon. Like, you know, that's not great things happen to her. So it's normal that she would want some space. And then you also understand Giles' point of view, where it's like he was having something really nice with her, they have a connection, and then now she's like, I need space, and he knows that she needs space, but he's concerned. So I also really enjoy how Buffy's always giving you like two different sides. You can't pick who is right. They're both right, and that's what makes it painful. Kind of like the whole Buffy and Giles discussion about, oh, I want some free time, but it's like, you can't have free time because you're the Slayer kind of thing. So I enjoy when they do that, because it makes you frustrated, because you're like, there is no right answer, there is no right or wrong, it's just, you do what you gotta do. And it just breaks my heart, but you know, I am very, very determined and like convinced that once Giles and Jenny are able to like get through this, they're just gonna be stronger. They're still gonna get back together. I don't think this is the end for them. So, you know, I'm calm. I'm excited to see it happen. But I mean, like, I'm not worried about their relationship. I think everything is happening and unfolding as it should.
Being sarcastic, which I was, but I'm sorry if I don't want to talk about Ted all the
Okay, so Angel is Buffy's therapist.
Oh, they are, but she's only interested in, her studies. Bookcracker Buffy, it's kind of her nickname.
For a second, I forgot
Glad
that
to
Joyce
hear it.
doesn't know about Angel.
I bet that means your grades will be picking up soon.
He's concerned. That's a good thing.
Oh, huh,
Ooh, nice
concerned.
shot, Ted.
And not planning something very
Keep your eye on
bad
the ball.
of killing
Watch those
Buffy.
elbows.
That's not what's happening. Oh, but it is.
Oh, that's right.
Buffy's literally going to like strangle him with her bare arms.
He has a point.
Honestly though, I don't like him. Like, as a person, not talking about like demon. Don't like him as a person, kind of stepping up and telling Buffy what to do and what not to do, and kind of acting like
Hey,
her
how about
father.
that?
Like, don't
Got
do
a hole in
that.
two.
Do you want me to slap that smartass mouth of yours?
Bro, what the actual fuck, Ted?
Me?
He's pulling everyone off
Yeah,
with
I
food.
made too many, so you
I
guys
love
are gonna
that.
have to take.
Winona Earp did the same thing in regards to this whole food possession thing. I don't want to give spoilers in case you guys haven't seen the show, but they have an episode that does pretty much the same thing. By the way, I would highly recommend Winona Earp. It is a freaking great show. It's one of my favorite ones ever. I hate that Buffy's a cheater, by the way. That is not the Buffy Summers I know. Doesn't make sense for her character. At least the impression I have gotten of
do you
her
mean,
character
check 'em
so
out?
far.
Would you guys excuse me for a second?
Oh no, please God, no, I don't excuse
with
you.
that?
I don't want to see that. See, this is the one scene I don't mind not
I
following.
gave you a compliment.
I don't want to see.
friend, please. It's too traumatic for me to even say it.
That we kissed?
Exactly, Cordy.
I'm not gonna tell.
Exactly.
They're not gonna.
He's taking off for the wedding.
The wedding.
Yeah, he's got it set for 2 months from now. Believe me, I am counting the days. Uh-oh, the Uber boss.
Did he just schedule a wedding with Joyce when they just started dating, kind of? Because, Ted, you're coming off a little bit strong. Oh my god, Buffy's literally going to punch him, I swear to God.
Well, another
This makes me really sad, because I just wish Joyce could have, like, an actual love interest that's good, and I hope they do that for her in the next seasons, because she looks so happy to be able to share her life with someone, because she feels so alone, being a single mom.
What exactly
Oh,
is
no.
a vampire slayer?
It's none of your business.
Beg to differ, little lady.
Did she literally write in her diary,
Everything
hi, I
you
am
do
Buffy,
is
I
nothing
am
but
a
my
vampire
business from now
slayer.
on. So from now on, you'll do what I say, when I say, or I show this to your mother.
Oh,
And you'll
fuck.
spend your best dating years behind the wall of a mental institution.
Holy shit, sir, that's a
That's
good
mine.
threat.
You are not leaving this room in it.
Take your hand
Punch
off.
him, Buffy.
No.
Sir, you did not.
I was so hoping you'd do that.
Yes, queen. No. Oh my god, how strong is he? Oh, come on, Joyce. Are you really telling me you didn't see him hit your daughter? Are you kidding me? Oh my god.
You killed him.
Holy fuck, Joyce is gonna flip shit. Is he? Because he's not human, right? So it's not like he can die. Maybe he can. What the? It's interesting they get the police involved because I feel like it takes everything to a whole new level of like, you can't really make excuses around the police.
I told you.
Before tonight. Ted never hit you before tonight.
Oh, Buffy, if you get in trouble with the freaking police.
I told you what happened. I didn't
I'm
mean
worried.
to.
I
I'm really
believe you.
worried.
Things right now, I think you should just take her home, and the two of you should try and get some rest.
I'm so scared. Is she gonna be charged? Are we gonna see Buffy go to freaking jail for like an episode? Like, I don't know. This show feels like it could do anything. Not their relationship, but they were finally starting to get along more, and Joyce was starting to trust Buffy more, and then now they're back to like not even 0.0, but like they're even worse off than before. So that's freaking great.
What was he? A demon? A giant bug? Some kind of dark god with the secrets of Nouvelle Cuisine? I mean, we are talking creature feature here, right? Oh, man.
I think it's so interesting they would toy with the idea of like, because Buffy has killed like countless like vampires and bad guys and like every sort of creature. She's killed them like multiple times. And so it's interesting that they would toy with the idea of Buffy accidentally killing a human and how suddenly she's starting to feel for just killing people, which is something that she usually doesn't feel remorse because she like does that a lot. And so I guess she needs to kind of get used to it because they're all bad people. So it's interesting but devastating to see her be sad about killing someone who was actually not a bad person. Even though I still think Ted was bad, I still think there's going to be a catch, like he's going to wake up or something like that, because there's no way that guy was normal. And there's no way she killed him. Like, no, something's off. And also this breaks my heart in a different way because we saw her like in the beginning of the episode with Giles. Giles has really been MIA this episode. That's interesting. Anyways, we saw that in the beginning of the episode with Giles where she was letting her emotions out through violence by kicking that vampire's ass. So I think that even if he's not dead, I still think it's going to be a good reminder for her to get her anger into control. And I'm not saying she's a violent person or that but she does have some anger issues, I think. Like when she gets really pissed off, she wants to hit people. And I mean, she's a Slayer. She does that a lot. So I guess like it makes sense. But at the same time, I hope she's able to find better ways of expressing her emotions that don't involve violence because she already needs to do so much of that. And I don't think it's going to be good like for her own mental health. So I guess what I'm saying is I hope this was like a good reminder for her of like, oh, maybe I should find better ways to deal with my problems kind of thing.
He was a person.
I don't think he
killed
was.
Don't
I don't think he did.
Why not? Everyone else is. And it's the truth.
It was an accident.
Cordy's reading the newspaper.
Violence, a criminal
Are we sure that's Cordy? 'Cause really?
I don't get it. But she's like the Superman. Shouldn't there be different rules for her?
Sure, in a fascist society.
Right. Why can't we have one of those?
Buffy's not going to jail. It's not fair.
I've been meaning to clean out this junk for months.
Oh, I feel so bad for both of them. I was gonna say Joyce, but Buffy looks devastated.
I didn't mean to hurt him.
I don't want to talk about this.
Mom, please, you have to know.
I can't. Not yet. Please, Buffy, just go to your room.
I feel so bad for Joyce. Like, she literally saw her... she literally just saw her daughter kill her boyfriend who she was getting really into. Like, Joyce, sweetie, like, you're really going through it right now. Oh my god, yes, I'm getting empathetic towards Joyce. This is happening because I feel so bad for her. Everything in her life was finally starting to low-key go in the right direction. She was like, Buffy's not really in trouble, I'm trusting her, and I know that she can like defend herself or whatever, and then now it's like my daughter's a killer and my boyfriend's dead.
Willow, you are the best human ever. I adore you.
Period. So
That's the
true,
cookie talking,
Xander.
But you
Beg to differ.
Yes, Ted, I knew it, sir. I freaking knew it, sir. Of course. Of freaking course. Wow. Wow. Do it. Do it. Don't kill Giles. Oh my god, did she just help?
Oh no.
Did she just... Whose calendar bites you do that, ma'am?
Plain fare, missy. You're gonna find a hell of a day. Makes you.
Okay, Mr. Computer Guy, sir. Are you kidding me? Come on, Buffy, you're the Slayer. One little kicky on the face shouldn't make you, like, drop dead unconscious.
Yeah, and this rug, it doesn't go with the rest of the decor.
Oh, Cordelia, you genius. I knew I could count on you to be useful for something.
What's in there?
It's for his 4 wives.
You know what brought me
Oh
back,
no,
Joyce?
Joyce is
It was you.
next.
I couldn't go into that light. I had to come. Then you and I. Want a little gravy with that? Can go away where no one will bother us again.
Oh, Joyce must be so confusion.
Ted, I think you might want to rest for a while.
I guess, does this make them, like, even? Are they cool now?
Better than Kevlar.
Because if so, it's worth him getting
All right, we have
hurt.
to get you to the
No
hospital.
offense, Giles. You're cool, but...
I spend a lot of telling me what to do. Time decorating.
Oh my god, he's so creepy. Don't do that to Joyce. Look at how fragile she is. She, like, died with one little pushy. Damn, sis.
This house is
Love
mine.
that. Love that. Hate that. Absolutely despise this.
Room? I mean, what is it with grown-ups these days?
What is it? Ah! I love it. Oh my god. Oh, it's the happy ending I needed. I can't believe this. This episode was so freaking great, you guys. I'm so happy that this show is actually reaching my very high expectations right now, because you guys just keep saying it gets better, and I'm like, okay, I'm waiting, like, it's already gotten better, but you want it to get more better, and it does, and I'm so happy. I thought it was more different than anything we had seen. I really appreciated it, and I love how the show keeps doing this. They separate, like, the characters into different pairings that we don't usually see. So for this episode, I thought it was absolutely brilliant that we got to see Willow, Xander, and Cordy together, because that's a trio I never really, like, thought about, and I love it, you know? It was so fun to see them, like, helping each other. Everyone contributes in a way, and then they get to, like, really help Buffy and, like, make sure she's not incriminated. So I really like that, and I think I'm starting to see more clearly how everybody's going to be able to help the squad and, like, fit into the group. And also we got to see Giles and Jenny in a different light, because we got to see them, like, fighting together, which is something that I don't think we've seen before. We saw them fighting against each other, but it was nice to see them, like, fighting the evil together, and that last scene was so cute. I was expecting Angel to be, like, a bigger part of the episode, especially because he was also a really big part of the last 2 episodes. He was, like, the key of the episode almost. So I was surprised that he had such little screen time. But, you know, it's okay. I'm gonna be patient. I'm sure he's gonna, like, come in more soon. It was really interesting, and just, I don't know, it was really interesting. I think that's the word I'm gonna have to stick with. To see Buffy and Angel kind of as a couple, now that they kind of took this relationship to the next level and low-key made it official. And I'm curious to see where the heck that's gonna go, because I feel like I kind of want to see them be like a soft couple, and it's just interesting to see how they're gonna date. I wonder if she's eventually gonna present him to her mom, which is something that I hadn't even thought about. So, you know, I have a lot of questions about that relationship. I wonder how they're gonna be able to, like, go on dates, if Buffy's gonna keep it, like, very low-key. I don't know if you guys saw, but by the time that this video is posted, I'm pretty sure this table read will have been posted, like, a long time already. But some reactors and I did a table read for 101 of Buffy, and I got asked to be Joyce. And I was like, you know what, this is going to be a really interesting thing, because Joyce ranked dead last in my like season 1 rankings, and I was like, this is going to be interesting. I want to, like, be able to step into Joyce's shoes and kind of feel what she feels, because I think because we focus so much on Buffy, I have a much easier time understanding Buffy. I think also because I'm closest to Buffy in age, technically, than I am to, like, Joyce, and I'm obviously going to relate more to, like, I guess, a teenager than a mom. Even though I'm such a mom. I honestly am such a mom friend. I am the mom friend. But just in the sense of, like, because we follow Buffy in Buffy's life, it's easier to understand where she's coming from and be Team Buffy. And again, I think this is the show doing that thing of, like, there is no right or wrong. Buffy is a problematic teen and her mom has to be concerned because she burned down a freaking gym. Like, how can you argue with that? Joyce can't not be concerned about Buffy and a little bit like worried about what's happening. And then at the same time, you know, you're like, no, but Buffy is really going through it and everything she does is just to help people and Joyce should be more understanding. So you get to see both sides and both of them are right. So I love that they keep doing this because it just, you know, it just makes me like reflect and it makes me think and it makes me like see all the different points of view, which I guess is what they're going for. But anyways, I think this episode is the episode that really humanized Joyce for me. You know, and I was worried a few times during the episode, but not many times, but I was worried that Joyce was gonna find out about the supernatural and about Buffy being a Slayer. But I think School Hard hinted a lot more towards that. I think the plot of School Hard was that they were trying to make it seem like her mom would find out, but she thankfully didn't. And then this episode, I think it was more about, they weren't really focused on that. There was only like 1 or 2 moments where I was like, oh wait, is she aware that what's happening is supernatural? Like when she saw him like kind of like glitch, do his glitch thing. She has actually been in contact with the supernatural now 2 times and she hasn't noticed that it's a supernatural, which I think is just hilarious. And I think she's gonna flip shit when she finds out. So that's gonna be so interesting. But you know, this episode made her a more interesting character for me because we got to see kind of like her struggles as a single mom in a way and how much she needed somebody else to share, not even share the burden, but just, you know, share life with, because I think she feels very alone. And like Angel said, like there's nothing sadder than being alone. I'm quoting him incorrectly, but you guys know what I mean. So I definitely want to see Joyce get a love interest, and I think everyone's sort of getting love interests at this point, and I hadn't thought about Joyce because I don't really think about Joyce, but now I am going to actively be hoping that Joyce is going to get a nice love interest soon because she deserves it and I want to see her being happy. I want to see her just, you know, doing her thing but being able to be with someone else as well. And also they mentioned Buffy's dad like a few times this episode, so it makes me curious if we're going to see him again sometime soon. I have a feeling that he's not really going to be a character that we're going to see a lot. I think it's going to be like very few episodes. Like I don't think we're going to see him more than once this season because they really don't seem close. And I also really enjoyed that we got to see, I think for the first time, and it's so funny that I think I talked about this literally in the previous episode, about how I thought it was going to be interesting once we finally saw Joyce being in danger, and they listened to me very quickly, so thank you Buffy writers, you know, I said that and they were like, okay, let's make it happen for Dominique, so thanks. But yeah, it was a really interesting and different concept. I didn't think that they were going to handle it this way. I thought it was going to be a lot more focused, like School Hard, on Buffy trying to protect her mom without making her aware of the supernatural kind of thing. But this was different. So it's interesting because it made her doubt Buffy so many times throughout the episode. But ultimately, I think she believes in Buffy. So I think this is only going to strengthen her relationship again. Also, I really thought that they were going to mention, even if it was just like 1 sentence or like very briefly, I thought they were going to mention the whole idea of like multiple Slayers and the other Slayer. But they said nothing. So, I mean, okay. If you want me to forget that, I will. Until it comes up again, but okay, I mean, sure, I can do that. Okay, so they did not present me to the big bad. I keep getting fooled with this whole big bad situation, and I don't know if I'm reading way too much into this because of everything I've heard. All I know is that he is supposed to be a really big part of season 2, and I assumed that it was going to be like after the mid-season finale, so kind of like the midpoint in between the half of the season, the second half of the season, and this feels like the second half of the season for me, just because the last episode was like part 1, part 2. So this, I'm considering that the mid-season finale. So I assumed that we would be meeting the big bad this, like now. Like I assumed he would be presented even for 5 seconds this episode. He was not. But you know, they did say that Spike and Drusilla are gone. So I am going to stick by what I said, that I think Spike and Drusilla are going to be gone for a while. I think they're only going to come back either in the season finale or possibly like the season 3 premiere or something like that, but I think they're going to be gone for a while, and I think we're going to be presented to a new bad guy. So I'm excited to find out who he is, if he's not Spike and Drusilla. So I'm really excited to see what that's going to be about, how they're going to build him up and everything like that, because I keep waiting for it to happen. So I am curious. I hope he's as funny as Spike and Drusilla, because I really miss their humor already. But yeah, honestly, great episode. I really enjoyed this and I'm excited to watch the next one. And I will see you guys very soon, I think.